What's up, guys? In today's video, we're going to be talking about expired product complaints from customers. I've gotten about 3 or 4 of these in the last 2 weeks, and kind of how to go about them when you're fighting Amazon to try to get these off your account. I've never even heard of this. So I'm going to just kind of talk to you about my experience dealing with them. Luckily, I've gotten them all removed. So I'm going to go over that and just kind of walk you through probably the best way to go. All right, so let's get into the video. So I've had 3 different ones. One, a product didn't even expire. It had no expiration date. So that one was kind of tricky. This last one was definitely not expired, but there was no expiration date on the product itself. They basically said that something was expired, and they made me take a course, and basically you answered 4 questions, and they just say, okay, you could sell your listing again. So what I've come to, so what's going to happen? You're going to get an email. It's going to tell you, hey, listen, this listing was deactivated. The customer complained that the product was expired, and it doesn't matter. It can only be one item. For me, I've sold 70 of this item. One person complains, they take the whole listing down. So I've had it a couple different ways. They ask you to submit a POA, which is a plan of action, basically how to prevent this in the future. And I was never able to solve this myself. The best thing you could actually do is just call Amazon. It's going to be on your account health page. There's a little call button. You don't have to go through all the BS you normally have to go through trying to get a hold of them. They'll literally, you just put your phone number in and they're going to call you. And they're going to say, okay. So for me, I already submitted plans or tried to submit plans. And I'm not sharing the plans or anything like that. I'm just kind of walking you through how you could handle this, because they've only kind of worked once. If these worked every time, sure, I would share them, but I don't know if they do, so I'm not going to do that. So this last time, they had a different format. So basically what they're going to ask you, it's on the site, it says, I'm reading up there, it said, what caused the customer's complaint about the expired product? So you have to answer that. The second question, what have you done to resolve the issues that caused the customer complaints about the expired condition of your items? And then the last one is, what actions will you be taking to prevent future complaints about expired condition of your items? So it's really difficult to answer these, because in all these cases, I actually prepped the product myself. And I know for a fact they were not expired. So these are really just customers who want to return the product, but for whatever reason decide to say that it's expired. Who knows why they do this? But Amazon doesn't care. They take it very seriously. So what can you basically do? So for me, I was saying I took the wrong approach right away. I was basically the customer has to be wrong. I prepped this myself. We take this very seriously. We don't do this. We have checks in place to make sure this doesn't happen. I think this is a mistake. And I was like, no. No. That's the customer said this. And after I talked to someone pretty knowledgeable at customer support yesterday and learned a lot about this. So basically, you have to admit you're wrong, whether you are or you're not. This is my experience dealing with it. Someone was telling me the other day they were able to ask Amazon to check the products themselves, and then I don't know. I don't think they've got an answer for them whether they're expired or not. So basically, they're asking Amazon, hey, can you check the other products and see if they're expired? And if not, this claim should go away. But sometimes Amazon doesn't really have common sense tied to it. So basically, you just have to admit you're wrong. So basically, I was just hey, we take this very seriously. Thanks for, letting us kind of fight this case. And then you got to say the root cause. So for the root cause, it's mind-boggling what you actually have to say. So for the one product that did not expire at all, right? I was I'm going to win this. It doesn't expire. What are they going to do? It says on the manufacturer's website, does not expire. So I get on the phone with customer support, And basically, when you do this, they tell you exactly what you need to write. And I learned this the first time around because nothing was working. Then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to say what this guy said. So basically, I was just like, I don't understand. The product does not expire. Like, how could a customer even say it does? And he said, that is the root cause. I said, what are you talking about? He said, well, there's nothing on the packaging that says this product does not expire. So that is the root cause. The customer assumes that the product expires like anything else, and it was my fault for not putting a label on the product that says this does not expire. So that is the root cause. Not only do you have to do the root cause, but then you have to say, well, what have you done to resolve this issue? And customer support was just like, well, you could say, in the future, we could look on the manufacturer's website before, sending the product to Amazon. Make sure that, if the product does not expire, we put this label on the product. And this is what you're just kind of saying to kind of get this through and over. Do I put this product does not expire on everything? No, I don't. But this is just what they want you to say. And basically, you tell them that, that's what I'm going to do next time. If I don't see that, that's what I'm going to put on there. This way, there's no confusion for the customer. And then you're saying, I'm going to tell my team that we're going to put this new process in place. We're going to reread all the Amazon guidelines to make sure we're following everything that we're doing and make sure that everything is correct. So that kind of worked for the one that didn't expire. For this next one, this one was a little more complicated. This was an item that came in a box and then it was a tube. So it was a beauty product. So basically the problem, I put the expiration date on the outside of the box. So I was like, okay, no problem. From what I learned last time, I'm just going to say that the product came in a box. The sticker, the FNSKU sticker, was on the outside of the box, and the customer probably threw it away. And then that expiration date was no longer on the packaging. And basically, they just assumed it expired. And they were like, no, that doesn't work. So again, get on the phone. And I talked to a lady who is really, really knowledgeable about this. And she basically said that for certain products, there's usually a batch code on the product. And if you put that batch code, if you go to the manufacturer's website with that batch code, it's going to tell you, when that product expires, or the best used by dates. So that, in this case, it seems was the magic words. So basically, I get on the phone and she's like, I put the expiration date on the outside. And she's like, okay, that's great. But, you said in the thing that it came in a box. If it was not, it's not on the product. I was like, okay. And she's like, if the expiration date is not on the product, what would I do? I don't understand. So she's like, well, you could go to the manufacturer's website. There should be a batch code on there. You type that in, and then you get the best by use date. Okay. I'm just going to look at my notes real quick. And then she's like, if you do that, then you could put on every piece of on the box and also on the product itself, best used by date. Okay? So that's what they wanted to hear. After, hey, if there's not there, we're going to go to the manufacturer's website. This is the new policy we're putting in place. Going to put in the batch number. And if whatever it turns out, we're going to say, we're going to put a sticker that says best used by date. All right. So that is kind of what got us around this last one. And then the other thing that I included in this one, I kind of combined what I did the first time to just cover it. I said, if after tracking the manufacturer's website, it's determined that the product does not have an expiration date, we will create a label saying that this product does not expire. And make sure to place the label on the product and any packaging to ensure the customer is aware the product does not expire. So when you're doing these things, it's definitely easiest just to call Amazon. Call the health. They're going to say, so they're not going to give you more information than you're asking. So when I said to her, hey, she said, you have to go to, there are websites you could check to see the batch number. I was like, okay, and I said, can you recommend a website? It's like, oh yeah, if you just go to the manufacturer's website, there should be a batch code. There should be this. So then I type into Google, like product, manufacturer, batch code. And sure enough, there's like language about that. So I like copy and paste that and like kind of put it in one of the boxes to send to Amazon. And then she's like, okay. And I was just like, all right, once I have that, is that all they're asking for? She's like, no, the team says they want, they're not seeing quality control processes in place. Okay, quality control processes. So that turns into, hey, let's see what I put here. I said we implemented 5 new quality control measures to ensure this doesn't happen again. So right away, we're saying what they want to hear. And then that was basically the 2 things I read you before. We'll continue to watch and make sure products aren't expired. We'll read the Amazon's terms, yada, yada, yada. So that was that. And I said, okay, if I come up with these terms, I was like, do you have any other suggestions? She's like, yeah, like if it was my business, I would make sure to include that label, best sell by, on all the packaging, the box, the tube, everything. Okay, great. And that's kind of how I was able to get around this. I even asked her, how can I avoid this in the future? And the basic answer was like, you can't. Amazon will side with the customer. Doesn't matter whether you've sold 300 or 100. One person complains, you have to deal with this. I asked if I took pictures of the actual item with the FNK SKU with the expiration date on it, if that would suffice. And she basically said no. She said that could help, but really, unless, they're going to want to see the batch number and stuff like that. And I don't think that's really worth going through every time to take pictures of that stuff, because it doesn't really happen that often. I think I just got hit with a bunch of them in a row. So that is my big piece of advice for you. Call Amazon Health. Ask them what the issue is, why they are not accepting what you're writing, or just ask them what you need to submit to kind of get this ASIN back up and running. And another big tip for this is save everything that you write to Amazon. So I basically have a Google Doc with so for this one, I just put a heading like beauty product. I just put my exact answers in there, including like everything that I submitted the last time around that it got approved. And now that I know it got approved, I'm saying like, okay, if this happens again with a beauty product, this is exactly what I'm going to submit. Is it going to work? I don't know, but it's the best shot that I have. I kind of tried to reuse the 2 previous ones for this last beauty one, and those did not work. So I guess it might be different by category, what they're looking for. I guess it could also be like the person who is reviewing the information. It could be different for them. So always keep that down so you can submit it next time and just kind of get the process moving faster. I hope you guys found that helpful. These product complaints could be super annoying, especially if you know that A, the product doesn't expire, or 2, there is plenty of time for the person to use it. I'm not even going to go into that. You could see Amazon's policies around expiration dates. You could just Google that. And yeah, just keep everything you send to them. And I hope you found this video helpful. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. It would mean a ton to me. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. It would mean a lot to me. And check out the free resources below for you guys. And I will see you guys in the next video.